What's the scariest thing you've ever seen on doorbell cam? If you have one, honestly. If you don't have one, I highly recommend it because yeah, after this you're gonna want one. Welcome back to Bumblebee. I'm Taylor McWaters, and here are the top 10 darkest secret recordings in history you weren't supposed to hear about, part 2. Number 10, Matt doesn't live here. Okay, right off the bat, I need some help here. Comment down below what you think is going on with this clip. There's a backstory that I need to find. Back in 2016, in the middle of an August summer night, this man suddenly approaches, and this man is topless, which is always a not great sign off the bat. And as he's slowly approaching, he's looking back at somebody off camera, it seems. He has the I'm about to ring the doorbell and run away look. You know what I mean? We all had that. We all had that growing up at some point. But instead of knocking and running, he pretends to knock. Yeah, he knocks the air, and then he pretends to ask somebody if Matt's home. Yeah, he does it so the other person can see just him. Now, I don't know if this was a dare or some sort of attempted break-in, because nobody answered the door, nothing happened. He was just talking to no one, which makes it even more creepy. I don't know. Do you think he was trying to convince his friend that he was doing a prank when really he wasn't trying to disrupt anybody? Or is there something else going on? He's like, hey, is Matt here?
Okay. Sorry about that. Sorry.
Number 9, found a key. This one comes from Reddit user ending is near here. That's a great name. That's a solid name. They say, once I got an alert that someone was at the door. My dog was also barking, but I didn't hear a knock, which was odd. I then heard something myself, so I checked the camera and saw this younger looking guy at the doorstep. He had walked up and tried unlocking my front door with what I guess was a key he found on the ground somewhere outside close to my house. He found it and I guess he was just trying random keys like it's Legend of Zelda. Okay. This happened in broad daylight with cars still in the driveway. Yeah, these type of scenarios always creep me out. People always have keys hidden in obvious fake rocks in front of their house or whatever, or like a mailbox. No way. Keep your spares very hidden. People will try anything. Clearly, this guy's trying random locks. Like, what do you even, then what? What's step 2? Number 8, Halloween decorations. This story is a cautionary tale, and also, like I said, 'tis the season. Here we go. It's a reminder for us to all be aware of our surroundings at all time. The Reddit user named 2nth463 wrote, a few years ago we had a Halloween party and I rigged an old busted camcorder to the top of my shower curtain aimed at the toilet. It was a gag, right? The bathroom is small, so it was very obvious. It was very in plain sight. There was no batteries, no media, nothing. But also, not one person mentioned it. At the end of the party, I was like, hey guys, we'll have a great time, cool, get home safe. No one's gonna mention the camcorder over the toilet? Nobody had even seen it, somehow. I guess maybe the partygoers chalked this up to some spooky, weird Halloween decoration, or maybe they flat out just didn't notice at all. Both are kind of odd, and yeah, this is kind of a weird social experiment to pull off at a party. But next time you see decorations or even props, take a look, you know, kind of take a peek for some memory cards. You never know. Number 7, Bob. Here we go. Another real nightmare coming from Reddit. The Reddit user Stealthy Bomber wrote, one morning after swim practice, my friends and I saw a blinking red light in a locker with a towel draped down the door. Okay, this is horrible right off the bat. Turns out it was a janitor that we called Creepy Bob, and he was recording us in the showers. That is so disgusting and super creepy. I hope they were able to report this incident to the proper people and get some sort of action taken because, yeah, there's nothing okay about this at all. Also, the fact that they referred to this guy as Creepy Bob already, it seems like there were already a few red flags. You gotta trust those alarms going off in your head. They're called instincts. Number 6, not hired help. This one is very controversial in the comments section, so I need to know where you stand on this matter. I went to this video, checked the comments, and it's a little odd. I don't know what to believe here. This footage is from 2017, and the description of the video says this. A suspicious man walks to my door and has no clear answers to my question and then leaves. Thanks to Ring Doorbell for saving the day yet again. Now, I watched this video, read the comments, and let's talk shop. Half of the comments here are upset. They're defending this man at the door, saying clearly it sounds like he's not trying to break in, or maybe he was part of the crew that laid the tile outside of the homeowner's door previously. It must have been a long time ago, and if you're not the original homeowner, he's mixing you up with someone else. For sure. Someone also comments how he notices a package at the front door, yet he doesn't take it. Clearly, maybe he's not a thief. Others think he's trying to get more work done. Okay, all valid. My take on this though, my take personally, Agree or disagree, that's fine. If you don't know who's at your door, you don't have to get it in any sense. Doesn't matter who's there, who's doing what, whatever. This person in the recording was talking to the man, like through their doorbell camera, they were able to talk through their phone and see why he's at the door. They also told the stranger that they weren't home for another 20 minutes because they were in a meeting. Never tell anybody you're not home, especially a stranger at your front door. Great, let's move on. Number 5, air freshener. This creepy hidden camera tale comes from a shopping mall in Russia, specifically the public washroom, so that's horrible, I guess. One afternoon, a guest of this mall headed to the washroom where they saw an air freshener. Okay, no big deal. These are the type of automatic air fresheners, you know, the ones that surprise you every time and you forget. It's like, pfft. But the guest noticed that it hadn't got off at all, which one is, okay, rude, you know, help me out please here. But 2, why not? Why didn't it go off? It was blinking. Is it not working? After a little investigating, well, you guessed it, they found a sneaky little camera hidden inside. Yeah, no fresh daffodils, just fresh creepiness. Be curious, okay? Take a look at stuff like that, especially public places. Be a little too cautious, dare I say. I'm glad I'm doing this list because honestly, it's teaching me things as well. If you're learning, I'm learning, subscribe. Number 4, not cops. This, again, is a hard one. I don't know what I would do. If I saw this outside my front door, I would have probably opened up as well. This is why doorbell cameras with audio are vital. This comes from an anonymous source. Can't imagine why. I have a camera doorbell, and the creepiest thing I ever saw was the night I had 2 cops come to my door. They stood outside the door talking to each other about if I was home or not and who would assault me first. I was at home at the time and my dog alerted me by whining near the door, so I checked the camera, saw them, listened to them talking for about 10 seconds before I immediately called 911. The operator told me they didn't have any cops in my area at the time and to stay away from the door and to put at least one more locked door between me and them, to stay on the line and to stay quiet until, you know, the real cops could get there. Now, I live around the block from the fire department, so it was less than 2 minutes later when a fire truck pulled up and the 2 fake not cops ran away. That is terrifying, but honestly, you made all the right decisions at that moment. That's so scary. The amount of videos I've seen online where people pretend to be police officers, one, it's cringe if it's, you know, daylight and they're just doing nothing outside with Oakley sunglasses, or 2, it can be terrifying and they can try and break in. Both horrible. Number 3, a grim warning. This one comes from user RightMind2723. Great name. Let's talk about why. They say we had a series of break-ins in our neighborhood when doorbell cameras first came out. So we got one because my husband often worked late and I would be home alone with the kids. Okay, great idea. I'm starting to understand your username right off the bat. Since they were so new, most people didn't know that it was a camera. So one night my phone pinged that there was movement outside. I pulled it up and it was 2 guys talking about if they should try going in the back of the house or the side or the front. I was on the line with 911 so fast. Yeah, I can't imagine. The cops arrived even faster. The cops caught them both and it turned out these were the 2 men responsible for all the other break-ins in the neighborhood previously. They didn't realize that I was home. Yeah, gotcha. Neighbors all got doorbell cameras after this night. Yeah, as they should, and as you should as well. I'm probably gonna get one. Number 2, secret app. Okay, at one point or another, we all got an iPod, right? It was jailbroken. We got that secret vault app on there just to be cool, put our secret stuff in there. It's designed to look like another app. In case anyone goes through your phone, you can hide all your memes, MSN passwords, whatever. You can all put them in here. But how secure is that app to begin with? Just because there's a photo of a vault on the app doesn't mean it's nearly as secure. 2 summers ago in June in Australia, hundreds of criminals were caught after a 3-year operation was finally complete. The FBI had been trying to crack the case for so long here. Now these cell phones that came from the black market, they have a calculator app that is secretly a platform for criminals to message each other safely. Yeah, criminals be like, you up? Check the calculator app. What are you doing right now? Shipments, trafficking weapons, contracts, but the FBI thankfully was able to intercept over 20 million messages in over 45 different languages. Operation Trojan Shield they call it, yeah. You might want to go delete those spicy pics in that free vault app you got years ago. Because you never know who's in there taking note, or, you know, taking meetings, I guess. And finally, number 1. Sleepwalker. Kyle, the other host on B, he has night terrors. This man would get up in the middle of the night growing up and just like start doing dishes, you know what I mean? I feel bad for sleepwalkers, okay? It's rough. I don't understand it, but I get it. Not as much as Kyle, but I get it. This one comes from Reddit user Raging Ball of Fury. Great name, okay. They say my little brother is a sleepwalker. We'd gotten an alert one night and saw that he had snuck out of the house while, of course, still asleep. My sister said she heard someone talking just outside the door. So I went to look and I saw my brother sitting on the porch, apparently having a conversation with our grandpa, despite, sitting alone. She says he was saying, "I love you and I'm going to miss you." Now my dad got him back inside the house without waking him up, which is a feat in itself, and nobody gave it much thought. Until a couple of hours later when my uncle called telling us my grandpa had passed away in his sleep that night. My little brother says he doesn't remember anything, as most sleepwalkers do, but we got it on video. We can't hear what he's saying too clearly, but he was definitely talking to someone, and he sure as heck said, "I'm going to miss you," at least twice. What's the scariest thing you've ever seen on your doorbell camera? Comment down below. I love reading all your stories. They make me so anxious. I'm Taylor McWaters, and we'll see you next time on Bumblebee. Peace.